It is a beautiful morning out here in Boston, and we are a day after the show, after some post-show eats last night, which I didn't vlog. I was just in the moment of enjoying that with my man Mike. We were with Alberto Nunez, Dan Cole from Natty News Daily, who is an awesome guy, and also my client Andrew, who is a client, a friend, and a great supporter of me and Revive Stronger, and I really appreciate him. And so, yeah, we sat down for, I think it was Boston Burgers. It was all right. Average was what Mike said, and I think that's fair. And then we went out for some ice cream afterwards, which was really, really good, actually, banging. But now we're out for breakfast. So we'll take you with us. We're going to Charlie's Sandwich Shop.
Yep.
And Andrew has also convinced me to have a maple donut. So we'll be having some of that. Excited, Mike? Yeah. Christmas music vibes.
Oh no, we're on camera.
Yeah. You're going to be in the vlog. Bon appetit.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. I'm not going to... Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Apparently, I asked him what the goods were.
What are the goods?
What are the goods?
Glaze, and this one is...
That is a maple bacon, which is apparently renowned out here.
Oh, is it?
Famous, yeah. And that was good. I had that the other day. I didn't have two.
Much of this. Yo guys, we are going to go over my training. This was the day after. So this is training at the Gym Hub, and that's probably like one of the best bodybuilding style gyms that are available in Brooklyn. This was after the breakfast, and we're just like, we wanted to go on this swing squat, which is really cool and very unique. It's very similar to a pendulum, but yeah, it was exciting to try it. It was free. It was quite a busy gym because we're in here training with the WNBF UK team, but also other people too. And basically everything that we did in this session was like 0 RAR / failure, some partials. We just went all out, really. I just do what feels right post-show. And for me, post-show, what feels right for training isn't taking time off, isn't going easy, it is going hard. But you guys know me, I'm not an asshole, I'm not going to like ruin my body, I'm going to listen to it, and I just felt like pushing hard. And the honest truth is, I couldn't push that hard, especially in this session here. I've actually just noticed it today. I just posted about it on my story, and this is now 5 weeks post-show. I'm getting back my like ability to grind and get into a gear. Whereas there, like, that was 0 RAR. But feed me up now, and I could push through another, like, 2-3 reps. Easy. Because I'm now, I don't know how much heavier I am off the top of my head, but I'm sitting at an average of about 173 pounds. I was on stage, like, glycogen full, just under 170. So, like, good 5 pounds up. Let's say that. Something along those lines. And, yeah, I'm on way more food. So it's... Well, I say on way more food. I've just been well fed for a longer period of time, and I've regained some body fat. I've fully saturated my kind of glycogen stores, and I'm getting better sleep, better everything, basically. So, yeah, you can see here, like, I'm trying to push, and then I just don't have this gear, whereas I do now. And so my point of, in that regard, where I am right now, I have added 20 kilos to my leg press since week 1 of doing this program. And I've added 3 reps to it as well. Now I'm a bit closer to failure, but not that significant. Like 20 kilos is a heck of a lot, even if we disregard the 3 added reps. And it's just because now I can grind. And so I don't know how many of the training sessions I'll vlog slash like put up as a vlog, but for this one and some of my early sessions, I just didn't have that gear, and the training sessions didn't feel all that productive. But it's what we wanted to do. It's what I wanted to do. By the way, this seated leg curl, possibly the best seated leg curl I've ever used in my life, and will be the best seated leg curl anyone ever uses. It just puts you in a really stable position to grind, as you can see. And also the way the seat is, it puts you in a very, very stretched position. So it's almost awkward and difficult to get into and out of, but that's because it's just so good. Called a ham tractor. Unreal. If you ever find a piece, this piece, you got to use it. You got to blast your hamstrings. And I know in particular that my body wasn't in a position to like take on damage and perform well, because I wasn't even sore after any of these workouts. And I haven't done seated leg curls in like a years, because my gym doesn't have one. And so I always do lying leg curls or a standing leg curl. And of course, I still get my hamstring stretched via hip hinging like this, but seated leg curls would get me sore consistently. And if I haven't done one in that long, you'd expect me to get sore. I think we did one set here because this just didn't feel as good as you'd think it could. I think it's because it's kind of dragging you forward as you come down. It's actually just not the best feeling. I prefer, for example, doing an RDL, keeping the bar really close to my body and not letting it kind of dwindle forward, because I tend to find that just like puts me off balance and shifts the tension away from where I want it. So yeah, we actually did basically 2 sets on everything, and yeah, therefore quite a lot of movements. And that was because we wanted to try things out, right? We're in a different, unique gym, and so it's nice to kind of try different things. So this is actually, I think, just a Cybex leg press that I think probably a lot of you have available. And yeah, it's actually great. It does drop off in the lengthened position. So it's actually quite good for like a few partials, pass failure if you want to. But it felt really nice, and you get a lot of knee flexion. And it just puts you in... What you want from a machine is you can get real deep on it, you can get a really good stretch on it, but it doesn't put any of your like joints, connective tissue, anything like that in like an awkward or uncomfortable position. So on like leg press, you can come really, really deep, like heels to arsehole, and your lower back is still in a really, really productive position. You can see like it was here. You can also see the yoga block behind my head, and man, that just makes it really comfortable. Sometimes when there's nothing behind your head, and I found that on the swing squat actually, when there's nothing behind your head and you're like, for whatever reason, like a knee-jerk reaction is like to push it back. And if you have nothing to push back against, you just don't feel as able to produce force. I think it's similar to not gripping when you're doing like a lateral raise. If you're doing like a cable lateral raise, you just use cuffs and don't grip anything, then it sometimes can feel like, oh, you don't get that like neural output of like being able to create tension. So we did also do some lying leg curls, as you can see here. My hamstrings are absolutely shredded. I definitely brought unbelievable conditioning this season, and to that last show, I don't think, as might be discussed somewhere or on a podcast, the kind of ratio of fullness to muscle loss, or fullness/muscle loss to fat loss towards the end may have gone into the favor of like not losing as much fat and actually just looking a bit smaller overall. But we definitely brought the shreds, and like I said, I don't think pushing any further would have been ideal. Threw in some lateral raises because side delts are just something I really, really need, and they had this, I think it's an Arsenal strength machine that I've just seen people using on social media, and people really like it, so I definitely wanted to give it a good go. I think we just did like some myo reps on here. So like I said, we basically did like a couple of sets on things, and then just like did maybe a myo rep on a few things like this and calves. So it was a lot of fun. And basically with the myo reps, we just went until we couldn't get 3 more reps. So we kind of took it all the way to 0 RAR, took like 3 breaths, and then went again and did as many as possible to 0 RAR again, or like concentrically failing or not getting full range for the movement that we're aiming for, just coming to shoulder height here. And then just did as many rounds up until we couldn't get 3. And that was kind of a nice way of auto-regulating like our intensity and volume there. And I think that's actually one of the ways Bourget prescribes it, where actually you just do as many clusters until you can't get 3. And then once you've done that, you kind of call it there, which is I think a great way to run it, especially again when you're doing it a bit one-off like we are. We're not trying to like track performance across weeks or anything like this. We're just having some fun in the gym. So yeah, like I said, this was donut and like American breakfast fueled. And by the way, I regret I got like the turkey hash or something, which was like famous apparently for Charlie's, and I've always wanted to try American hash, but it was disappointing compared to the pancakes that we had on the final day when we left, which were unreal. American pancakes. Dude, I wish I had some French toast out there. The guys had French toast. And yeah, you guys, the Americans, you know how to do pancakes. Because I wasn't even thinking they were going to be very good. I was just going to, yeah, we'll get pancakes, whatever. But they were unreal. So yeah, I think we're going to finish with this. Then we did some calves. And then I think now you're just going to see, yeah, some posing. So just how my legs were looking after that session, I was already like, wow, yeah, my legs are looking cool. My glutes are still holding in there from the night of eating before, the like over 4,000, the over 1,000 grams of carbohydrates from the rapid backload and everything. So yeah, that was the session, guys. And okay, no, still more. Trying to show you like, yeah, this is how far I took my glutes. And that again was after lots of food, lots of sodium, lots of everything. So guys, yeah, this is the day after the show. And that's how that session went. That's how I was feeling. That was like the approach to training. And yeah, you're going to see the rest of training is going to be, there's going to be a Bev Francis vlog probably, because I think that's probably quite a cool one to show, because it's like a well-known gym that we had to try when we were out in the US, Powerhouse Fitness. And then there was a few other New York gyms and maybe a bit of food. But yeah, probably not a crazy amount. So guys, I'll leave this here and then I'll have to do an update on the recovery. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions about anything, always do comment below. And I'll take you through my recovery phase immediately post-show. And I appreciate you tuning in. If you're not subscribed, better be subscribing. Give me a comment, give me a thumbs up, give me all that love. I appreciate you, and we'll catch you in the next one.